Hello and a warm welcome to TBC News. Our top stories: education and agriculture emphasized as campaigns continue. Tanzania calls for reforms within the UN system.
Tanzania considers unilateralism and misuse of military might, as well as shameful incapacity of the international community and global powers.
Good evening, I am Faitha Ngaga. You can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online. Also, get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. The presidential candidate of Chama cha Mapinduzi, CCM, Samia Suluhu Hassan, says she will revolutionize the agricultural sector by using advanced technology and artificial intelligence for researches on seeds and soil in order to improve agriculture. Addressing a campaign rally in Mtwara, Samia says if elected, she will serve people by implementing development projects as promised by her party. Here are more details.
Southern Tanzania, in Mtwara region, Chama cha Mapinduzi CCM presidential candidate Samia Suluhu Hassan continues with her campaign seeking votes to be in power for the next 5 years. Speaking at Sabasaba grounds, Samia says she plans to use advanced technology in agriculture.
Tutaongeza matumizi ya teknolojia za kisasa ikiwemo akili unde.
We will increase the use of modern technology, especially AI, to strengthen efficiency and productivity in production and service delivery, including in agriculture. And in agriculture, we have already started. We are now conducting modern research on seeds, soil testing to know soil health, and other areas.
She also spoke about Mtwara Port.
Tumechochea ukuaji wa bandari ya Mtwara.
We have stimulated the growth of the port of Mtwara, and we made the decision for cashew nuts to be exported through the port of Mtwara. Since that step was taken, many developments have taken place, and that is progress.
CCM presidential candidate has concluded her campaign meeting in Mtwara region.
Meanwhile, Makini Party presidential candidate Costa Kibonde says once elected, his government will remove fees for students who have admission in higher learning institutions. While campaigning in Mbarali Mbeya region, Kibonde says under his administration, education will be free.
I will provide schools with proper facilities. I will pay teachers well, and hospitals will be equipped. Doctors will be paid well, and so will nurses.
He says his second priority is agriculture, saying he intends to give youth a free land for agriculture.
There is issue of GN28. Once I enter State House on the 5th of November, any plan to size people's farm in villages within Mbarali district will be prohibited. I will forbid it, and all citizens will remain in their villages so that they can produce enough rice, and we will seek an external market.
Tomorrow, Kibonde continues with his campaign in Mbalizi, Mbeya region. On the same note, presidential candidate of Chama cha Kijamii, CCK, David Maijolele, says if elected, he will ensure there is food security in the country so as to have strong community that is capable to work for the development of the nation. While addressing a campaign rally in Mwanza region, Maijolele says his government will make sure that youth are married at government's cost.
We will ensure we protect the interest of the youth. Journalists too, their right will be protected. We will address the challenges of lack of housing and employment. If possible, everyone will own their own house.
CCK presidential candidate continues with these campaigns in Lake Zone regions. Now, let us have a look at our segment Beyond the Ballot, whereby there is going to be a profile of the presidential candidate of NRA party.
Almasi Hassan Kisabia, the presidential candidate of the United Republic of Tanzania under the National Reconstruction Alliance. He was born in 1984 in Kigoma Ujiji, a region blessed with Lake Tanganyika, famous for its rich fish varieties including migebuka and dagaa. Kigoma is also known for its extensive palm oil farming. He received both his primary and secondary education in Kigoma. Almasi holds a degree in public administration and leadership, which he earned at Zanzibar University. After completing his studies in 2009, Almasi officially joined politics and has since served in various positions within the NRA party. In 2025, the NRA entrusted Almasi with his manifesto and flag, nominating him to seek the mandate to lead Tanzanians. Improving social services, education, healthcare, and infrastructure are among NRA's top priorities.
Mimi nitajaza vifaa vya shule vizuri, walimu niwalipe vizuri, alafu nikisha maabara mashuleni.
I will provide schools with the proper facilities. I will pay teachers well, and hospitals will be equipped. Doctors will be paid well, and so will nurses. These lords will maintain them with a great diligence.
The party also emphasizes the preservation of peace and the union.
Tanzania inabakia salama kwa sababu Tanzania haina mbadala.
Our vision is to ensure that Tanzania is a safe country to live in. Tanzania has no substitute. The whole of Africa is learning from Tanzania when it comes to peace. Our union, our unity, our peace, they are non-negotiable. The peace of Tanzania will be protected with all our strength.
This is Almasi Kisabia, the NRA presidential candidate for the United Republic of Tanzania.
In other news, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has suspended parliamentary election at Fuone constituency following the death of Chama cha Mapinduzi parliamentary candidate Abbas Ali Mwinyi. Abbas Mwinyi passed away yesterday at Lumumba Hospital in Zanzibar, where he was undergoing medical treatment. According to INEC, it will announce another date for nominations of candidates. The late Mwinyi has been buried today in Manga Pwani, Zanzibar. The Vice President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. Philip Mpango, calls for urgent reforms within the United Nations system to ensure fair representation for Africa. He made the remarks while addressing the 80th United Nations General Assembly in New York. Ted Imparnyanga reports.
Addressing delegates at the 80th General Assembly in New York, Dr. Mpango says Tanzania strongly condemns the violations of international law and the use of force as a means of resolving conflicts. He highlights the need to pursue peace without resorting to military force, noting that the ever-growing expenditure on weapons undermines development efforts and drains resources that could otherwise support health, education, and climate action.
Tanzania considers unilateralism and misuse of military might, as well as shameful incapacity of the international community and global powers to bring an end to bloodshed and horrific wars raging in many places around the world to be unacceptable. Similarly, Tanzania condemns the resurging use of the law of the jungle as a means of resolving conflicts, as well as committing atrocities that cast shame on the whole of humanity, particularly extreme violence against children, women, the sick, and the elderly in conflict situations, as well as imperial attitudes.
Furthermore, Dr. Mpango emphasizes that Africa remains underrepresented in the UN Security Council, and he calls for permanent seats for the continent with full veto powers. He insists that the global financial structures also require urgent reform to allow fair access to development funding for African nations.
My country stresses the importance of upholding the principles of transparency, equity, and objectivity in the process, so as to renew trust and foster inclusive global governance. We thank the Secretary General for engaging member states in this endeavor. Nevertheless, Tanzania reiterates Africa's position on redressing the continent's underrepresentation in the Security Council and calls for admission of at least 2 permanent seats for Africa with veto power, as articulated by the Zuluini Consensus. Tanzania also joined other countries of the Global South in demanding urgent and comprehensive reform of the global financial system. While we support the outcomes of the 4th International Conference on Financing for Development held in Seville, Spain this year, we renew the call for scaling up long-term concessional financing, revising sovereign credit rating frameworks, and rethinking debt sustainability assessments.
Tanzania has also announced its candidacy for a non-permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council for the term 2029-2030, reaffirming its commitment to global peace and security. Dr. Mpango says this step demonstrates Tanzania's determination to continue playing an active role in mediation, conflict prevention, and the promotion of sustainable development on the global stage. Teddy Paranyanga, TBC News.
The government of Norway has expressed satisfaction with the research, preparation and preservation of vegetable seeds carried out by the World Vegetable Center Eastern and Southern Africa Regional Office located in Tengeru, Arusha. Norway's ambassador to Tanzania, Tune Times, made the remarks in Tengeru during her visit at the center, where she witnessed transportation of seeds from Tanzania to the Svalbard Global Seed Vault in Norway.
We have been here today. We have taken around. We have seen the fantastic work that this center is doing, taking care of seed varieties, vegetable seeds from not only Tanzania, but from Africa. And to store them here, to make sure that Tanzania and other countries, that you have the varieties that you need today, but also tomorrow, to make sure that your population is healthy. That has been really, really amazing. And from the Norwegian side, through NORAD, I'm very happy that we, from the Norwegian side, have been part of this travel. And I think it's a very good sign of the good cooperation that we have between our two countries, Tanzania and Norway.
On the other hand, researcher and expert in indigenous vegetable production and conservation, Dr. Sonibe Ndaniku, says through this project, more than 3,000 seed samples from Tanzania will be preserved at the Svalbard Global Seed Vault by the end of 2025.
3,000 different seed samples, seed accessions for safety backup in the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. This is also important because the material that we are sending have value for future food security, nutrition, but also for agricultural development in Africa.
The World Vegetable Center Eastern and Southern Africa Regional Office has already succeeded in collecting and preserving more than 10,500 varieties of vegetable seeds. The Italian ambassador to Tanzania, Giuseppe Coppola, says sports are not only about competition, but also a way to promote economic development and foster diplomatic ties. Speaking to TBC News during the celebration of the Day of the Italian Sport in the World in Dar es Salaam, the ambassador highlights the values of sport as a bridge between cultures.
This is a part of the so-called sport diplomacy that Italy is promoting around the world. And I think apart from, of course, focusing on sport as a healthy activity and a very important activity for, especially for young people, but not only for young people, for people of all generations, and an activity and an element that really has a very important role in terms of socio-economic development, in terms of cultural development, in terms of really building healthy societies. I think that we can also focus on sports as a factor of social and economic development and wealth, because with sports you create job opportunities for the young athletes that can play sports at a professional level, but also for the whole sport system that's behind the sport activities.
On the other hand, Principal Games and Sports Development Officer at the Ministry of Information, Culture, Arts and Sports, Nicolas Boulamile, stresses that sports are vital for good health and also serve as a tool for strengthening bilateral cooperation.
People can participate in sports and end up with a good health. Through sports, we move away from those NCDs, non-communicable diseases. If you are playing, we are involved in sports, then you are getting away with a lot of kind of asthma, kind of those diseases. So I think it's very nice. We encourage that we work together with Italy, so we can have a lot of activities together and exchange experiences, and also invest whenever necessary.
The Day of the Italian Sport in the World is celebrated globally, showcasing ongoing initiatives of cooperation between Italy and partner countries in the field of sports. In other news, Ocean Road Cancer Institute in Dar es Salaam is approaching its 30th anniversary since it opened its doors to patients. But as the hospital celebrates this milestone, doctors are raising concerns about a troubling trend. That is the rising cases of cancer among young people. Esther Deus has more details.
At the Ocean Road Cancer Institute, the country's leading cancer treatment and referral hospital, the celebration of 30 years of service comes with both pride and concern. Doctors say they are witnessing an alarming increase in cancer cases among the youth.
Well, in Tanzania, in totality, we are seeing about 42,000 new cases annual, and among them, 1/3 including youth group. And most leading malignancies among youth is mostly hematological malignancy, which is called leukemias, lymphomas, but we also see some kind of solid tumors, including Williams tumors, nephroblastoma, and retinoblastomas, and the Burkitt lymphoma. So these are most affected group.
Young people interviewed agree that awareness is still low. Many say they don't have enough information on prevention and early detection, making them more vulnerable to late diagnosis.
To be honest, I don't really know much about cancer. I have never gone for a diagnosis, and my knowledge only comes from what I hear from others. I don't fully understand how someone gets cancer, and I realize I still lack that awareness.
From my understanding, I don't have much knowledge about cancer. Either I usually just hear about people suffering from it. I think it might be linked to food, lifestyle, or even changes that comes with industrialization and globalization. But honestly, most of us youth don't have enough knowledge about it. One of the biggest issues is that we don't have a culture of going for regular checkups. Many people wait until the illness has already advanced before seeking help, when in reality we should be going for routine diagnosis much earlier.
But it's not all bad news. Ocean Road has invested in modern technology and treatment options, giving hope to many patients. From advanced radiotherapy machines to improved diagnosis service, the hospital remains a lifeline for thousands every year.
As we know now, Ocean Road Cancer Institute is going to celebrate 30 years since it has been established. The technology that we are using now in the treatment, especially for the pediatric, is the 3 dimensions radiotherapy treatment. And this is one of the high technology treatment that makes sure that the area that we are treating gets enough dose while sparing the area that we know it is the risk area. So definitely when we talk about the pediatric and youth, treatment of radiotherapy is really safe.
As it celebrates 3 years of service, Ocean Road Cancer Institute is not only reflecting on its journey, but also renewing its commitment to fight the rising cancer burden, especially among the young people. From Dar es Salaam, this is Esther Dels, TBC News.
Thank you very much, Esther, for that report. Now, let's have a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Do not miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Sports news up next. In sports news, the Yanga Sports Club head coach Romain Folz says they are prepared to play better in the second leg of the African Champions League against Benguela Williet of Angola in order to qualify for the next stage of the tournament. Speaking to TBC News, Romain believes that the game is very important for the players to continue to show quality and creativity beyond the previous game in order to achieve their goal this season.
It's a very long season to play with a lot of games. Our aim is to deliver in every game that we have to play. If you manage to do that, obviously you'll go far in every competition. Play in the league, Champions League or any other cup, we give the same level of focus, care and dedication to every opponent that we play, home or away. So our preparation has been going well. Obviously we have to deal with the fact that we're playing games very quickly. Actions are going very well and we're going to do our very best to give a strong performance.
Yanga will play the second leg of the African Champions League against Benguela Williet of Angola tomorrow at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium at 2 p.m. While they have a 3-goal victory to nil they scored in the away game. That was sports news. And now before we wind up the news bulletin for tonight, let's have a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Hello dear viewers, and thank you for joining us for the weather forecast. And cool temperatures are still expected over a few areas with minimum temperature of 10 degrees at Njombe region. And for tomorrow, wind is expected to flow at the speed of 20 kilometers per hour for Lake Tanganyika together with Lake Rukwa, and the speed of 30 kilometers per hour for Lake Victoria, Lake Nyasa together with the entire coast. And the state of the sea generally is expected to be moderate. And also for tomorrow, we expect Kagera, Geita, Mwanza together with Mara regions to feature with particle conditions, thunder showers over a few areas and sun periods. And for the northern coastal areas, they are expected to feature with particle condition, light rain showers over a few areas together with sun periods. And for the rest part of the country, are just expected to feature with particle condition together with sun periods. Let us see next 4 days forecast from different cities and regions. Dar es Salaam sun period together with light rain are expected. Dodoma sun period is expected. Mbeya sun period is expected. Mwanza thunder showers are expected. Kilimanjaro sun period is expected. Morogoro sun period is expected. And also for Arusha, sun period is expected. I'm Rebecca William from the Meteorological Authority. Thank you.
On that note, we're ending our news bulletin for tonight, but don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. I am Faitha Ngaga. Good night.
Basi hiyo sio story tena. Story ni msimu mpya. Tunarudi upya katika siku ambayo huwezi kutarajia. Ubingwa unakuja kwa nguvu kwake. Ligi kuu ya NBC msimu wa 2025. 2026 unakujia tena kupitia TBC Taifa. Yani raha ya masikio inaanza tena. TBC Taifa itakutangazia michezo yote, ikianza na ngao ya jamii, kisha bumper to bumper, tukihesabu mechi 240 za msimu kwenye sikio lako. Usikose kufuatilia michezo yote hii bashara kupitia TBC Taifa, huku TBC Online nayo ikihakikisha mambo hayalali. Yani ni burudani sikioni. Jamani